What's up, cyberspace cadets? It's Irate Prostate here, and it's another wonderful Sunday afternoon. And you know what that means? It's time for ice cream. That's right. I've changed the name of the series. We're going to be known as now as the Ice Cream Interview Series, and this is episode 8. And I've got a wonderful gentleman in the studio with me today. He's just a wonderful guy. I met him a couple of weeks ago and had him on my show. And he was a natural. It was just, it was really weird. We talked a little bit. It was some stuff that was just pure kismet. So I really wanted to have him on some more and to pick his brain. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Killing Joke. Say, hey, man.
Hello. What's going on? How you doing?
Good, man. I am. If I was any happier, I'd be twins, dude. So yeah, I'm in a good place today, man. So and it's really good to have you here, man. To just sit around and shoot the shit and talk. Has your week been pretty good, man? You
I'm still breathing, so it ain't that bad.
No shit. It's like, I don't know, man. You get my age, it's like any day above ground's a good day, I guess.
There you go.
You know,
that's what it's all about, man.
Usually on this thing, the first thing that I ask everybody, and I've asked you this before, so please bear with me for redundancy.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's people that haven't heard us talk together before, so this is for them. I was going to say, all right, here's the question: what is your main reason for streaming on YouTube? A, and B, why your name and your avatar?
Okay. I don't really stream on YouTube so much as like pulled into it.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy of mine, Rary, El Rariachi.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked on his stream before, and before we were just buddies in the DSP hate community, and he just liked to cut my jib because I just throw out insults left and right, and then me and him got to talking in DMs, and then one day he had his stream going and he pulled me in, and I just made him crack up the whole time, and then he kept pulling me in. He goes, "You're a natural at this shit." So I was like, okay. And here I am. Hi. So that's about it. And he said I had a face for radio, so
You and me both, brah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And pardon me. And the rest is his story, I guess. And what was the second part of this?
Why did you choose the name that you chose in your avatar? Your specific, the Heat Miser avatar. I love that
okay.
name.
Well, the name is real easy. The name, The Killing Joke. I've always had a thing for the Joker ever since I was a kid. Comic book Joker, and the '60s Cesar Romero Joker.
Yes.
Always had a thing for that. And my bathroom is totally done out like the Joker. The killing wife, she can't stand it. So, we have 2 bathrooms, and there's the Joker bathroom and her bathroom. And the Joker bathroom's got like a big giant mural of the Killing Joke on the wall, and the Joker shower curtains. I'll post it on Twitter. After we get done here.
That's killer.
Shower curtains and all kinds of other knickknacks and stuff. And then like when PSN first came out with the PS3, I picked that as my PSN tag, The Killing Joke.
Yeah.
And then everything else just fell into place with it,
Yeah.
So that's basically how the name came around. And the Heat Miser one, I was like, well, let's throw people a curveball, I mean, like the Joker avatar is just a little bit too cliche, oh, the Killing Joke, so everything's got to be a Joker. I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm going to be the Heat Miser, you know? Plus that he had some really great gifts, and he was like a little creepy dude from my childhood.
Yeah.
That I was always into.
No
Plus
shit.
that he's got a great song, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like an egotistical, pudgy little fuck. So that's about it. Oh, pardon me. Am I allowed to curse?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck all. So anyway, I was going to say, you got the wrong fucking guy on here if you don't want me to fucking curse. So anyway, I just love the little fat bastard. And he's got a great song, and it just fit with my persona, you know?
Well,
It's just like that. That's the question that I get. It's like, well, your name's the Killing Joke. Why the Heat Miser?
right.
Because I can, motherfucker.
Right.
Because I can.
Well, and you know what? So, see, there's so much like stuff that we have in common, because when I was like doing the putting together the Irate Prostate thing, started out as a Twitter troll thing, and it just picked up momentum, and I started streaming with it, right? And and I was going to use, I swear to God, I had the Heat Miser chosen, and for some reason, I swear, and for some reason, it was like this Lon Chaney, you know, the London After Midnight, you know, the guy, that just hit me, you know, in the moment, and I just said, "Fuck it, I'm getting this one, man." And I mean, it was literally like a split-second decision. So, and that's one of the reasons I was really drawn to you to begin with, was your avatar playing, right? And man, you know, the Cesar Romero shit, when I was a kid, man, see, when I was a kid, that Batman was just on every night, right? And and it was like, it seemed like it was for 5 years or 10 years. It was only 2 years, I think, right? It was 2 or 3 years on series. And every time the Joker came on, he scared the shit out of me. Oh my God, I was terrified. That laughing, you know, and the guy that Frank Gorshin, the guy that did the Riddler, that laugh freaked me out too, man.
Yeah. I loved his laugh.
Yeah, man, it was like, holy shit, you know, he's like crazy. But they were both fantastic in those characters, man, and they knew how to ham that shit up.
Oh man. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I love Cesar Romero, because it's like, you know, the producers are like this, Mr. Romero, you're gonna have to shave your mustache. You know, he looked at him and says, "Fuck you, I'm Cesar Romero. I ain't shaving my fucking mustache."
You can
Fuck you idiot.
put makeup on
makeup over it.
Exactly, and that kind of added to the weirdness of, you know, the look, you know, because you know, initially you see it and you go, whoa, you know, is that? And you noticed? Have you ever noticed that all of the DC comic villains and a lot of the early Marvel villains, they're all like in a color scheme of purple and green.
Purple and green.
Right.
You want to know why that is?
I know why. Go ahead and tell me.
Because green was the cheapest color out there.
Exactly. It was the ink. They could get the ink the cheapest, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. See,
that's why the Hulk is green.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, he was initially gray.
Gray.
Exactly.
Yep.
God damn, man, you're the man. Because see, this is the kind of trivia that I'm like fucking down with, right? I don't know all kinds of neo computer shit, but I do know that the Hulk was gray at first, and then they made him green. Hey, I need to say hey to Goat Man. Say hey to Goat Man out there, KJ. Hey. That's right. Yes, man. We need his hoof of approval. Thanks, Bubba, for showing up, man. Every time he shows up, it's always a good sign.
All right, man.
The only shitty shows I've ever had is the ones where he's had to miss it. It's really weird. Goat Man is
okay. Good.
Yes. Good. Yes. Exactly. See, I like to throw out like really weird questions, like you know, everybody's got these weird, you know, not weird, but typical icebreaker questions, like, is there a food from your childhood that you hated that you like still hate to this day, or one that you hated and you love today?
Anything vegetables.
Right.
I hate vegetables. Hate them. Hate them, hate them, hate them. Anything green on my plate, I can't stand. Nope. Nope, nothing. I think the only that's not really entirely true, but the only thing the green that I can eat is green beans. That's it.
Right.
That's it. The only thing. Other than that, nope, get it the hell away from me. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of man. Always been.
That's right. All right, well, cool, man. For me, it's like beets. I'll never eat a beet a day in my life. Those fucking things, they look weird and they taste weird. I don't know. They're just weird. I don't like them.
But they're good for throwing at the neighbors' kids.
Well, you know, in tomatoes, you know, if tomatoes didn't have that goopy shit with the seeds in it, I would be able to eat them. See, what I have to do is my grandmother taught me a little trick to cut them in half and then put them underneath the faucet, and you can wash those seeds right out, and then the meat of the tomato is really good, you know. So, but I can't eat the goopy shit. It's just it doesn't feel right.
No, the only kind of tomatoes that I'll eat are tomato sauce or ketchup. That's it. Nope. Don't give me no tomatoes for me, please. Thank you.
That's right. Yeah, ketchup. See, man, I love ketchup. I love ketchup. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, what's your favorite Game of Thrones character if you're into that?
That's something for the killing wife. I'm not in a Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Sorry.
You know what? I haven't had one person in this chair yet that said that they were a fan. I think maybe one person. So
yeah.
Let's see. What about horror films or science fiction? Have you got a favorite one of those?
Oh boy, jeez. Science fiction or horror? I don't know if you would consider what is it? Oh jeez. The one with Ash in it, Army of Darkness.
Yeah, that's
Ash is my favorite.
Yeah, that's tongue in cheek, but it's horror, man. I mean, it's classic shit. The whole trilogy, the first version of the Evil Dead. Was a low budget, film, and then, he was able to do something with the higher budget. He just said, I want to remake the Evil Dead the way I really wanted to make it, because I got the money now, and Evil Dead 2, which is a masterpiece. I've got the one sheet for it hanging right behind me. I'm a huge fan of the Sam Raimi, the horror stuff. I wish he'd do more horror. There was a movie he did called Drag Me to Hell. That came out a couple years ago, man, and that was a fucking fantastic movie, and I don't understand why people don't like it. I thought it was fantastic.
You know what? I find as I'm getting older, I mean, I just want a good popcorn chewer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've gotten into the Marvel movies because I was big as when I was younger, I used to collect comic books. And I used to be into all the superhero things. Now I'm in my heyday because they're making such great superhero films that I couldn't enjoy when I was a kid. And now it's like I'm reliving my childhood going, where was this shit when I was younger?
No shit.
And what pisses me off are all these people going, well, the dichotomy of this and that and the Marvel film. Shut the fuck up, eat your popcorn, and just look at the fucking film.
Don't psychoanalyze this shit. God damn it.
Don't think about it too much. It's a movie.
It's a movie, man. God damn.
For fuck's sake.
No shit. And it's like in actors, please don't tell me how to fucking vote, okay? I don't give a fuck, okay? I just don't care.
Your shit does stink, asshole. Please.
No shit. Well, speaking of actors, all right, blondes, brunettes, or redheads? This is a two-parter. All right, out of the brunettes, all right? All right, Gal Gadot or Mila Kunis?
Oh, that's a tough one. Well, Mila Kunis, she's got that down to earth type of thing, and I think I'd go with Mila Kunis because she looks like she'd have some dirt under her fingernails, and that's more my type.
Yeah, man.
Mila Kunis looks like she believes her own hype.
Yeah, I got that. You
know?
Yeah.
I like a little bit more reality.
She's got a little smoke to her. Yeah, a little smokiness, you know. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Good. It's like, I only can ask this kind of shit with dudes, you know. Because women, I don't know. I could have probably asked women, but I don't have the. I'm not gay, so I don't know who to pick. You know. Blind.
I'm surprised I'm not gay after yesterday's crap. Oh my god. I'm surprised everybody who was at yesterday's stream isn't gay. Oh.
Yeah, I heard that y'all were gonna read some really, really, really raunchy shit, man.
No, really, really gay stuff. Oh my god. It was super gay. It was top tier gay stuff.
Well, you know, it's like I have a really close friend who's gay, and he says, you know, there's two. No, seriously. He says there's two things. You know, there's stuff. There's gay, and then there's faggy, right? Yeah. You know, and faggy's just stupid shit. You know. And I really like that delineation, and I like to use that myself, man. Let's see. If you could go back in time and talk to the 8-year-old version of Killing Joke, what would you tell yourself?
Just keep doing what you're doing. And just keep doing what you're doing, because you know what? And the reasoning behind that is I am where I am now.
That's right.
Through all the mistakes and all the fuck-ups in my life, and everything, and all the bad crap that I went through in my entire life, I am right here, right now, with the killing wife, and I've never been happier in my life. Yeah. She's standing over me with a 9mm pointed at my head. That's why I'm saying.
Well, and then,
I'm just kidding. Well, I'm just kidding.
They've always got that metaphorical 9mm. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no. But I'm serious. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't either. I don't regret a damn thing, because it's made me the person I am today. You're the first person that's answered this question the way that I would answer it. So it's the sum of our experiences that make us who we are. Yep. I mean, one turn left or right, I wouldn't be here. Yeah. You know? Yeah, that's a real, like, a real, I don't know, you know, that philosophical thing that goes with quantum physics. You know, for every decision that you make, there's a universe that breaks off and makes that decision, you know, and shit, and that whole multiverse thing. It's kind of crazy, kind of wild. I think we went off the rails, and we ended up in a weird, you know, path. I pick it the night that Michael Jackson kissed Lisa Marie Presley on the MTV Music Awards is when we became a celebrity-oriented culture. And yeah, so I mean, everybody's head exploded. Well, you know, we could get in a deep one on that one, but anyway, right. We could dig that rabbit hole. No shit, man. You know, there's all kinds of people that, you know, it's interesting too. You've ever gone those fucking rabbit hole sites, you know, where you've got all this, you know, people talking about stuff like Nephilim and I mean, just crazy, you know, weird shit, and they'll believe in that. And then, you know, you bring up God, and they're like, "Fuck you, man! There ain't no God. What's my horoscope say?" You know. You know what? You know, that's what doesn't get that. Well, it says that there was, and it's like, okay, the Bible says that there's a God. Well, I don't believe that it's okay, great. You can believe whatever you want to believe. I'll believe whatever I want to believe. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Here, I believe in the God of go fuck yourself, okay? Go fuck yourself. There. All praise be unto him. Go fuck yourself.
Dude, you sound, man, you sound like a clone of fucking George Carlin, man.
I mean,
I love it. I love it.
I mean, well, I try not to be. I just try to be myself,
Yeah.
which I reached a point in my life and that you just got to say, fuck it. And you be yourself. You don't try to be somebody else or chameleon who you're with or whatever, because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time and energy. You just be yourself. And if people don't like you, who and what you are, fuck it. They ain't worth your time. There's plenty other people out there. You don't like me? Good. I still got to wake up with me. I ain't got to wake up with your useless ass. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Goodbye.
I love it.
See you later.
Well,
move on down the road.
See, and that's that accepting kind of thing. You, like, accept yourself as who you are and where you are when you are. It's like it's really hard for people to do that, you know.
It is. It is.
You know,
they're seeking acceptance from everybody,
right.
And you're not going to please everybody.
Nope. No.
You got to please yourself and be happy with yourself, and then you can tell people to go fuck themselves. And you know what? And you're going to be much happier off, because you know what? Yeah, you don't like me. That's okay. If you do like me, that's okay too. I appreciate it, but I'm not going to bow down to what your whims are, because I got to look at myself in the mirror, not you.
Exactly.
You know?
I really like that, man. I like that attitude. You know, it's, I think, well, you know, it's like we can kind of project and stuff, but, you know, it's like if more people, man, you know, it's really hard to, you know, people are going to do their own thing and they're going to do what the fuck they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, and they got to learn on their own. And it's a, you know, it's, what's that old saying that youth is, you know, wasted on the young, you know, but then again, I'm where I'm at. You know, I've got issues and shit physically, but man, I'm in a good headspace. Like I'm with you, man. I'm happier than I've ever been, man. I'm closer to my wife than I've ever been. You know, you know, and it's, you know, I don't have a pot to piss in, but that doesn't fucking matter. You can't take it with you. You know, and we don't have kids, so you know, there's, you know what I'm saying. And that was the reason I got into this, to be honest with you, is to just leave some type of footprint. What is the moment where you knew that you weren't a child anymore? Can you recall the moment when you realized, you know, you're not a kid? That
geez, when I hit 42. I had back surgery, and it's the first time in my life I felt old. That I couldn't do things the way I used to. I had my L4 and L5 removed due to a car accident, and I couldn't move right after that.
Would you have a halo?
No. They ruptured.
Oh, L4, right. That's down in your lower back.
Yeah, my two lower. So like I'm fused. I got two artificial discs, my L4 and my L5, and I'm fused up from my L4, L5, and S1. They're all fused up. It looks like railroad tracks in my back.
Wow.
Yeah, no, but I could still move. I still get around. You know, but that's the first time that I realized I'm not a kid anymore. Yeah. I always lived my life like I'm like 20 forever, you know?
Right.
And I'm not a kid. You know, that's when I realized I'm not a kid and I'm not invincible.
Yeah, bulletproof and 10 feet tall.
Oh, you goddamn right.
Yeah.
What we say before on the pre-show? Live fast, die young, leave a good-looking corpse.
Leave a beautiful corpse.
You're goddamn right, but no, didn't work out that way,
right,
did it?
Right. Well, yeah. The last part, I'd just say, burn me. Don't worry about the shit.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Don't worry about what's left.
You're goddamn right. Burn me and smoke me.
Or you just stick a dynamite up my ass and watch the show. You know.
Yeah. Stick 2 Roman candles in my ears.
Put on this shit, use me. So, yeah, man. You're funny. I really have a great time when we get together, man.
That's cool.
I like to do this. This is fun. This is fun. Let's see. All right. I got the. What do you think the best decision that you made as an adult is?
That's a tough one. Ooh. You got the old noggin jogging on that one. You want to know the truth? The day I told myself that I'm not going to settle for anything less than what I want out of life. I am not going to settle, and I am going to live my life by a certain code. I am not going to lie. I am going to be myself no matter what. I am not going to date any more children that have kids. I'm going to, it's going to sound racist as hell, but I am not going to date anybody who doesn't speak English as a first language. Okay. I was in a 12-year relationship with somebody who English wasn't their first language, and it wasn't their third language. It was kind of like off in the distance.
Holy
so
shit.
Communication was kind of rough. But yeah, I learned how to speak their language. So I speak Spanish quite well. But I mean, I'm not going to, but by living by my own personal code. I mean, that's basically what it is. I did a, what is it called? Inventory of my life.
Right. Yeah.
And I saw the things that I wanted to change about me, and I kept the good, and I saw the things that I needed to get rid of, which I thought were a hindrance or were like the anchor or the around my ankle, and I decided to get rid of them. And the minute I did, my life has gotten 1,000 times better.
Yeah, it feels like a burden like lifts off of you in a way too. You feel lighter. I know exactly what you're talking about. Here's a very important question that I need to ask everyone every time. Is cereal soup?
Is cereal soup?
Yeah.
No, not in my book. No.
All right, good.
Cereal is not soup.
There you go. Let's see. Okay, here's a good question, man. I really like to ask people: Is there something about you that the public doesn't know that you really would like for them to know? That's not part of your shtick or part of the what you do as a character. The real you. Is there something about you that you're proud of?
I'm proud of.
Yeah, that.
You want to know okay, this isn't going to leave me or you, right? I'm actually a really introverted guy. That not many people know that. I'm very introverted. I don't talk to many people. I've always been shy. This is where what you were a little callback to that anonymous generation.
Right.
This is safe for me to talk to people because I'm just staring blankly at a computer screen, and I can actually be myself a lot better. Because it's easier. I have anxiety, like really bad, due to strokes and stuff. So this has like been my first foray into getting almost back into society since my operations and everything. So I'm like really introverted, and I get really nervous, and to where I could barely go to stores or anything. I have to go shopping either really early in the morning or really late at night because I can't deal with crowds.
I feel you. I see. I can identify strongly with that because, yeah, there's something about it that just makes me uneasy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. I guess, we kind of just touched on, the physical stuff. You want to tell the story about, what kind of got you laid up for a while and, got you dancing around the YouTubes and shit and checking shit out? And
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What, you want to touch on the health thing?
Yeah. Because
Since we segued so fluently into that, right? You like that one, huh?
it was seamless.
Yeah, I know. It's all part of the plan. So anyway, well, about 2 years ago, June 30th, I was laying on the floor with a gorilla sitting on my chest. After about 3-day bender of rum, sitting on got up off of the toilet and immediately fell down. Felt like somebody just punched me in the middle of the chest and just squeezing, like couldn't breathe, couldn't do nothing. Something was wrong. Wound up, I ruptured my upper aorta, and I was bleeding into my chest.
Holy shit.
Wound up getting to the hospital. Make a very long story short, the doctor told the killing wife to make preparations. You know as well as I do, there's a 90% mortality rate in the operations that they do.
Yeah.
For us. Me and Irate Prostate are that 10% to survive. I died twice on the table. I was under anesthesia for 12 hours. I was on a bypass machine. Yeah. Now, what they do on bypass is they deflate your lungs and your heart.
Right.
Just so I don't know if the chat knows what they do, because like bypass is just such a term thrown out there.
Yeah, they used to call it the heart-lung machine, which what it does is that it oxygenates your blood and keeps it circulating through your body so they can, kind of dry out the heart area and deflate the lungs so they can have room to work and repair, what needs to be repaired on the heart. So, so technically your heart is completely stopped and your lungs are deflated, and every, I think it's 4 or 5 seconds, they have to stop and let the lungs inflate just slightly, and then they deflate them again, right?
Yep,
so they work, they stop, they work, they stop, and I think they lower the temperature. I can't remember what they told me, but they said that the room was going to be like 48 degrees or something like that.
Yep.
And that the body has to go to a certain. So yeah, it's quite a fucking. So you go from there, man.
No, you hit it on the head there, bro.
Right.
It's a rough thing. But I was under operation was tricky. I was under heavy anesthesia for 12 hours. I have permanent pump head is what doctors call it. I have amnesia, short and long-term memory loss. I can't remember the birth of my daughter. My memory is like Swiss cheese. I get lost going around the block. I'm not allowed out of my complex. We'll get to the neurological problems.
Right. Yeah. Pump head is also one of those things where it's the way that the heart-lung machine works, or the bypass machine, is that it's like it kind of squeezes the cells as it's pumping them, and so some of the red blood cells, for a short period of time, are like shaped funny, and some of them can get stuck in different parts of your brain, and so you can have like these mini strokes. And I've got memory problems from it too. I'll be talking and then I'll forget, like when we were talking earlier, I forgot the word Evil Dead, right? And so if it wasn't for the Evil Dead 2 poster behind me, I would have just been sitting there going, So, it's good to have like shit written down, to make me sound like I actually, I'm not fucking, retarded or some shit, because it's, this stuff, but, it's, they can have a profound effect on, the post-op is the shit they don't tell you about, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, man. I'll send you, not to dox myself, but I'll send you a picture of my post-op. Oh, boy. Hey, you want to talk about dead? Dead and loving it. But anyway, died twice on the table. We'll get through this. 11 days in the cardiac ICU. And what happened was my blood pressure spiked so bad, I got a brain bleed. Now, thank goodness it didn't do anything too bad. Other than the memory loss and the TIAs, which I've had about 8. But they came right after the surgery.
What's a TIA for everybody?
TIAs are mini strokes because of all the. Oh, geez. You should see my life. There's so much to say about this surgery. It's the surgery that killed Bill Paxton.
Yep.
The guy who game over, man. From Aliens.
Yeah.
John Ritter.
Yep.
It killed him.
Yep.
And you don't know you're dead until you're dead.
I think it was, is it Edward it was Edward III. I think King Edward III of England. They call the aortic aneurysm, they call it the king killer because of that. It's very, it was really weird because my situation was a little bit different. It's like they told me in December, that I had, an aneurysm on my heart. It could explode any time. But you'll have to wait until March for surgery, So it was the first week in March. So, yeah, it was like walking around in abject terror for 3 months, and it was really, really fucked up, because I couldn't tell my parents until, after the holidays had passed and stuff, So it was very, it's a big head game, and to be honest with you, doing this thing has really helped, with that part of the recovery. I mean, even a couple of years afterwards, it still affects me a little bit, How are you doing? So talk some more. This is about you, dude.
Oh, okay. No. I mean, we dude, we both chewed the same dirt.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean,
I'm interested to hear your stories too, man. I mean, this ain't all about me, man. This is about life.
Exactly.
This is about shared experiences, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so we had the same surgery. So what? Well, I got a lower one too. So then I got one that's about to burst in my gut. My lower aorta is about to burst too. But they said with blood pressure control, I'm on about 13 medications now.
Right.
Just to keep my blood pressure and all the other brain damage in check.
Right.
But anyway, it's been 2 years since that surgery, and I get every 6 months MRIs, CAT scans, just to make sure that there's been no growth in it,
right?
Or they're going to have to stint it. The one in my lower abdominal aorta,
right?
And they don't want to do a surgery on it because it's right next to my spine,
right?
And there's my cardiovascular surgeon says there's a 15% chance that's going to paralyze me. So that's always looming over my head. Now on to the brain damage. That's the fun part. That's the really fun part, right? So anyway,
what are we talking about?
Huh?
What are we talking about?
What? Where am I?
Who am I?
What? No. So anyway,
Mama, get the phone, Mama.
What is that? A dog barking? Anyway, the brain damage. That's the real fun part. After surgery, all these blood clots break up, and they travel into your head, and give you these TIAs, which are mini strokes.
Yeah.
So I was hospitalized a lot after my surgery, and with all these mini strokes, and it would cut off the circulation to your brain, and it can do permanent damage to your brain. So I have brain damage because of that. So I get lost very easy. I have a bad speech impediment, but only through medication I could speak, and I can speak lucidly. If I don't take my medication, I stutter really bad. And you'll sometimes hear me on talking and I'll stutter or like slur my words. It's not because I'm drunk. It's because of the strokes. And sometimes if I get lost somewhere, like in my words, and even on Twitter, I'll repeat words incidentally before I hit tweet and go, oh shit, and read it back.
Yeah, I have to do that
it's
shit
like,
too.
Oh, fuck.
I know. Oh, I hate it. I do the same thing, and I'll spell shit backwards and wrong, man. It's really weird. But I do have a little dyslexia. But my fingers are so they feel like if you look at what I'm typing and shit, before I send it, before I correct it and shit, I mean it looks like I'm drunk as fuck. Me too. I'm gonna be okay. Just give me my keys and I'm going home.
Okay, I got this.
I got this shit.
I got it. I'm okay to dream.
That's right.
But it's weird, like my entire life I lived in 6th gear, in overdrive, turbocharged, full steam ahead, and then the brakes get hit, and you're downshifted into 2nd gear, and you're like, bah! It's like, whoa. And I mean, it's weird. It's a weird feeling, man. And I mean, this expressing it has really helped a lot for my mental health, because honestly, going on Twitter and going onto streams and making people laugh and entertaining them has really made me feel like the first time in a long time I'm not just like a lump of meat sitting on a couch wasting away playing video games. It's given me like a purpose, Exactly. It's like where I could use my talents and my wits, and it keeps me thinking, and it keeps me, active. in a way,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
and it's cool.
You got to keep the brain rolling, man. You know, because Rolling Stone gathers no moss. Blah blah blah.
Exactly, baby.
I mean, you know,
Exactly.
metaphorically. I did want to touch because the other night, you know, when we were doing the Cream Stream thing, you had touched on, and a lot of people had requested that I ask you about this, about your near-death experience while you were during your
Oh,
operation and stuff. You want to talk about
yeah.
that?
Yeah,
Are
I'm more than happy to.
let's do
I
it, bro.
mean, there's not much really to say. I mean, I I I like drifted up above my body,
Right.
and I guess it's weird. You see everybody around you rushing around. You couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear my breathing. I couldn't hear the machines. I could see the machines. All I could see was just everybody around me running around. And, then just like a jolt, being snapped back into it.
Right.
And then the next time it was the same feeling, but I always felt tethered.
Right.
Is that weird? I mean,
No, no,
you
no.
always felt tethered to I felt tethered, like something drawing me back into my body. And as I was drifting away, it wasn't a total departure. I was always tethered to it, and you're floating above it all. And by the way, seeing your heart and lungs and everything is not cool. But you saw the rib spreader
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
A
And,
nice little crank.
oh yeah, yeah. So now I'm held together by I'm the bionic redneck, I guess.
I'm
You
with
know,
you.
I mean, I wish I could give you more on it. Like, oh, there was a light, or oh, I was getting bitten, and all these great stories. But I don't I don't have much to offer on that.
Right.
You know, it was a fleeting moment that seemed like a dream. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like if you take too much of a good medication. You know,
Right.
like where you're detached from your body.
Yeah, well, exactly. You know, it's like I had taken a drug called ketamine, and I know exactly feeling that tethered. But I had also had an experience like that. I had a gallbladder operation, and
Yeah.
I think I think that something went wrong with that because I also remembered the same thing, like being above everything and seeing everybody like huddled around me and shit. And then boom, it just went out, and then I woke up, in post-op. It was
Yeah.
when you come out of cardiac surgery, the first thing that happens when you wake up is that you feel like you're being choked to death by this thing being rammed down your throat, and
Yeah.
and then you have to like cough it out and shit. I mean, it's it was really I don't know, that kind of freaked me out, having that thing down.
Yeah, intubated.
The intubation, and the nurse was really cool. Though, man, I had great nurses.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Oh my God, this one chick, she goes, all right, honey, all right, I want you to do something, because I'm freaking out trying to grab shit and shit. Right? She goes, all right, just relax. All right, I want you to take a deep breath in, and I did, and she goes, you see, you're breathing, and then I said, oh, okay, and then she says, all right, do you think you can breathe on your own? And I got it. And then she goes, all right, cough for me. All right. And then she said, cough again. And then she yanked it out, And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey now.
Yeah, hello. Yeah. And then the cardiac ICU. Here's my experience, man. I went on fucking Monday morning at 5 a.m. for surgery. I went in at 11. I don't know. I don't think Uzi Q tells me I came out right at 5 o'clock. 5 or 6, and I went home Friday,
Really?
Yeah. They were like, boom, boom, boom,
Wow.
boom, bam, boom. See you later. Come back in a couple weeks and we'll look at that. It was really weird.
Wow.
I didn't have any sutures. They had
Really?
yeah, man, they had this, that was glued. Well, they tied my rib cage together with wire, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. But the actual incision was this new kind of thing they were trying, where it's like a bandage with clear set over it, right? And then they like stick a tube and they suck all the air out of it and make it a vacuum, right? So it's all vacuum shut and it's glued on top of it.
So you're crazy. Hold on, I gotta be. I'm laughing. I nearly barfed up a lung. Isn't they crazy? Hot glued you together.
No shit.
Where'd you go, to the Kmart of hospitals?
No, no, dude, it was really cool. The guy that did my shit, he is a pioneer of the valve replacement surgery. Is going to be done through the leg in the next 20 years. Yeah. And this guy, the guy that did my heart surgery, is long story short, I knew people. I lived near a teaching hospital, right? And this guy is cutting edge, blah blah blah. And the dude, he didn't do it through the leg, of course, because they had to take my aorta out and put the plastic aorta in, and so that was all like one sleeve with the valve on it. So I had to get the valve and the little sleeve added in. But yeah, he said, it really in less than 20 years, all valve replacements are going to be done through the leg, and it'll be like 3-day surgery. You'll be
that's good, man.
Isn't that crazy? Because what it'll do is they go in through the heart, with the thing, and then they open up the valve, and then the valve sticks to the other valve, to the one, and then they just kind of cut it out, and it's just like bam, and it just grows into it. It's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Because I was in the ICU for so long, I got that dementia.
Yeah.
Like where you're like, where the hell am I? I couldn't tell time, and they had me pumped up. Well, I'm not going to complain, on so much morphine. Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude, man.
They were giving me this shit. What was it called? I think it was fentanyl. Yeah, exactly. I was like, and they shot that shit straight in my neck, and it went straight to my brain, and I'm like, I was, holy shit, that's good. Give me more. And they're like, we can't do that,
They had me on that plunger morphine where I just kept banging that button. Just bang it, just keep pushing.
Oh, dude. It's really kind of cool, man, because I didn't think I'd ever, have a person I could share, talk about this experience with, because like you said, 10% make it through the deal. Then, and we're spread all over the country. I was on a forum. There's a guy that had one of those old school, it looks like a ball in a basket. He had one of those put in, and he's still alive. And that was from the 60s. That was like cutting edge technology in 1967. And the dude's still alive, and he's still gone.
See, the killing wife was like amazed when I told her about you. She's like, what?
Yeah.
She goes, oh my God. Because like she works at a VA hospital.
Oh, wow.
And she works, I've got 20 doctors on my case, because like she's friends with all the doctors there.
That's
and they look into my case too. And they go, there's only 2 people that I know that survived that surgery. It's like, well, now 3. And it's like, no, your husband is the other one that I know that survived surgery.
Oh shit.
So
you're number 2.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, well, now you can tell them, a 3rd. And speaking of you, and she's like, she's amazed. She goes, it's amazing how little the survival rate of that surgery is.
Yeah.
We're blessed, man.
Indeed.
We are blessed.
Indeed, you know, and
We get a second chance at life.
Exactly. You know that, and that's exactly the way I look at it, man. It's people joke, you know, it's like you're halfway to becoming Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I also got fake hips.
Yeah.
You know, I got titanium hips, so I do buzz. You know, when I go through any kind of metal detector. Yeah, and I'm like, dude. You know, and it's like, it's not my pecker, man. You know, when he goes around my waist, you know, it's definitely not my dick, dude. Trust me.
Dude, get off my dick. Get off my balls.
Yeah, man. But yeah. So, you know, and running into you and, you know, when we were doing that pre-show, you know, in the CREEM stream shit, I'm like going, holy shit, man, this is so cool. Because I didn't think I'd ever have anybody that can relate to this shit, you know, because it is a unique experience, and you know, it's the Titanic that, you know, we survived is a very small boat.
Yeah, it's the same reason me and Doc get along, because he's had a lot of TIAs too. Yeah, and it's the same thing with me, and it's like, geez, you know, it's like, God, you know, you know, the cripple streams, you know, let's talk about our ailments.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. And you know, there's a kind of a joke, you know, it's like the whole idea I created the Irate Prostate character is because, you know, old people like complain about their body parts and, you know, and their shit. Right. And this is
a bagel.
You know, right, exactly. It's like, you know, you kids, get off my fucking yard. God damn it, get out of my yard.
Yeah, fucking whippersnappers.
Exactly. And
my petunias.
You see, and so the whole idea behind, you know, the Irate Prostate was this crotchety old man and shit. And it was really weird, man. You know, and I don't know what happened. But it was so cool when I ran into you, man. You know, because I had, to be honest with you, man, I had heard your name and I had heard you a couple of times. Like, I think I heard you on like fucking Ariana's little afternoon thing one day. You know, goofing off and shit. And I said, this dude's funny as shit. And I just said, hey, man. I'll give him, you know, I'll see if he'll come on the show, man. And I appreciate you saying yes, man, because
you never give up free publicity, ever.
No shit, no matter. Right, there's no such thing as bad publicity either.
God damn right.
You know, so Goatman says he's got diabetes.
You got the beatus.
Got the beatus, diabetes.
Got the beatus.
I'm running one of those Wilford Brimley mustaches right now, man. It's a good one too. Yeah. It's kind of like that and a catfish.
Well, as long as you trim up your eyebrows, you keep those slick. All right.
Exactly.
Jeez, I'm like 47 years old. I'm still rocking a mohawk, and you want to know why? Because I can.
That's right.
You know,
bro. Yeah.
It's gray, but I'm still rocking a mohawk. I walk through the neighborhood. Oh God, it's great because like most everybody in the complex knows it's like, well, like I got 2 bulldogs, and like so me and the killing wife are known as bulldog people because we got really gorgeous dogs.
Oh wow!
And
American or
no
classic British,
classic,
classic
Rumble, Snorts, and Lulu. I got an old English bulldog.
Fuck yeah.
And like a regular English bulldog.
They're beautiful.
And I like everybody knows I'm a little off. So like I wear a top hat and a monocle out sometimes with a cigarette extender, you know.
Yeah.
and just to fuck with people, or I'll wear a beret out in all camouflage. Walking the dogs, and it's like, oh jeez.
You wear a raspberry beret.
Yep. Camera. I'll walk around going, Hail Hydra, Hail Hydra, Hail Hydra.
Oh, dude. So, what do you want to be doing in the next couple of years? Where do you see yourself, going and hanging out on this thing?
You know what? Honestly, my plans are to start streaming. What I have planned for now is starting to stream maybe 3 days a week. Just something that fits around my schedule. Like maybe a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday show. Like an organized chaos show for like an hour and a half, 2 hours for 3 days a week. And want to have fun with it, but nothing where I'm going to kill myself like physically and mentally.
Right.
But I also want to put out something funny and good ideas and something to entertain people, make people laugh, and not get political and not be a shit show and deal with drama and crap. I just want to make people fucking laugh for comedy's sake, not bullshit. Not anything that's too heavy to deal with, like
not at someone's expense.
Yeah. At everybody's expense.
Exactly.
Yeah, but not targeted.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. I love that idea.
That's what I see myself doing. I mean, just bringing back comedy.
Why not, man? It's such a beautiful, simple thing, man. And there's more shit to laugh at out there. There's all kinds of things out there, and people just, the easy route is to, do the sad hominem bullshit, or whatever, personal shit, fuck ad hominem. Let's make it what it is. It's personal attacks, on people. And it's just, I don't know, man. I'm with you, man. That kind of karma, that shit rolls back on you, man.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
I don't know. I realize that life is short, and it's just too short to be wasting on acrimony. I'd rather. I'm a lover, not a fighter, man. I'd rather be loving on people, make love, not war. But I'm not old hippie. I'm old punk. So I'm like,
oh hell yeah, man. Same here.
Fuck hippies,
Yeah, fuck with hippies, man. I mean, anti-establishment all the way.
Yeah.
Well, William Stenchever, no drama, no viewers, no problem. I mean, I've never done drama, and it hasn't been a problem for me. I mean, I like just making people laugh, and if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at?
Right.
In your world, that might work. In my world, that don't work for me.
Right.
And that's cool. That you go do that. You go start a drama stream.
Yeah.
But you watch how many people you piss off and how long it lasts.
Well, you're right.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
You do you, man.
That's right.
You do you. And good luck to you.
I totally feel that, man. We're at a point, man, where where we're looking at the rappage. We can go longer if you want to.
Hey, man. Hey, baby. It's your show. We can wrap it.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you, man, for coming on. It's like I said before, I can't, it's like, this is going to look like a dick sucking thing, The truth is that I really, really like you, man. And there's nobody on this whole fucking YouTube that on this corner, at least, this YouTube that I can like talk to about the shit that we've just been talking about, man.
Shit, man. Anytime you want to just shoot the shit, man, dude, man, my DM is open to you 24/7.
Absolutely, man, and same here. It's an open door policy here, man, and that's what I love about doing what I'm doing right now is I'm getting to talk to people that actually interest me, and you know, and friendships, you know, come out of it as an added, you know, as an added extra. You know, it's just a nice little bonus.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you got anything you want to wrap us out with? You got anything you want to shill or anything coming up you want to?
No, I mean, I'm just going to be buzzing around, doing my thing. And, hey, just one message to people. Live as long as you love and love as long as you live.
That's beautiful. I really like that. And, you know, if you want to, you're invited to join my Irate Monday show for a little bit tomorrow night, or for the whole show if you want to. I'll talk to you off, you know, when we get in the green room afterwards. I'll talk to you a little bit more about it. But, yeah, I've got that coming up on Monday evening, 9 till 11 Central. That's 10 till 12 Eastern. And let's see, be doing probably my pop-in on the Red Pill Shark on Tuesday. And then Thursday, Big Fat Brian and I are going to be looking at Godzilla Part 2. So with that in mind, everybody, this is Irate Prostate saying I want to thank everybody for showing up. And Killing Joke, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're an awesome guy. And y'all just keep your eyes out for this dude, and when he gets rolling on this stuff, sub and like everything that he does, man, because it's going to be good. I know that for sure. And with that, this is Irate Prostate. Y'all have a great week, and I'm OUT. I don't have a confirmed for next week's interview, so I should have it by Tuesday, though. All right, so everybody, we'll see you then.